Hello everybody and welcome back to another My Porch Prints tutorials. Today we are going to be putting together these little snow globe ornaments using these pink mini books from our shop. So go ahead and print those out and cut them out if you haven't already. And you can use any of our mini book kits with this. It doesn't have to be the pink Christmas one. And we're also going to be using these clear ornaments that break in half. The link for those will be down in the description box below, as well as some thin clear wire and some fake snow. Alright, so I went ahead and assembled the mini books off screen, and if you're curious how to do that, you can watch this tutorial that we already have up on our channel here. I will link that down below in the description box as well, along with the globes and the mini books themselves. Alright, setting those aside, we're going to grab one of our clear globes and go ahead and crack it in half. And we're going to take that clear wire and a micro hole punch, and we're going to poke a hole into the center page. It doesn't have to be the exact center, close counts, but one of the center pages, and we're going to put a hole right near the top of the page, just punching it carefully, and then we're going to thread our thin clear string right through that. And then we're going to thread that through one half of the ornament, right through the top of it, and this is going to secure our mini book in place so that it kind of floats and hovers in the snow globe and doesn't get buried under the snow in the ornament. And just go ahead and tie that off a couple of times so that it stays nice and tight, and cut off any extra. And then taking some of our fake paper snow, we're just going to add a little bit to the other half of the snow globe, like so, and put them together carefully. And then just give it a couple of taps so that it settles in the bottom, just like that. And for this one, I'm going to be using some of these little crystals I got from Walmart, just these little beads, and some of this pink ribbon, and adding them to the top to create sort of the ribbon loop that we're going to be using to hang the ornament from the tree, just to make it sparkle a little bit and keep it interesting. And I've been using a needle to help me thread through the snow globes, just because I find that it's a little bit easier than trying to poke it through by hand. And just like that, the ornament is finished. And for these other ornaments, I went ahead and assembled them off camera just to make it go faster, since it's the same process for all of them. And I'm just going to be adding a couple of different ribbons to each of them, and that's sort of where the decorative element comes in for this. So for this one, just using a piece of sari silk and some beads, I'm going to be tying a bow around the base of it, just like so. And there you go, a little bit of a shabby element to this little ornament. For the next one, we're grabbing another piece of that pink ribbon, just a thin strip, and adding some glue to it. If you have fabric glue, I believe that would work as well, but I just used what I had available, which was this little craft stick. And we're going to be adding this right along the seam of the ornament and cutting off any extra at the top. And don't worry if it's a little messy, we'll be covering that up anyway. And when you're done, it should look like this. And to cover up that part at the top, I went ahead and added another thin pink ribbon for the loop, and then adding a much thicker pink ribbon around the base to make a larger bow this time. And I went ahead and had my mom help me with this because the ornament was rolling all over and I was getting a little frustrated, so if you can get some help with this, that might be good. And when it's done, it will turn out like this, which I think is really cute. Alright, and last but not least, we are taking a little strip of lace ribbon and some of these charms that I will also link down below, as well as a couple of these really small little trombone paper clips. And we're going to be securing the paper clip to the charms like this, and then using it to secure that through the holes in the lace. And we're going to try to keep that at the center of the lace since that will be going on the bottom of the snow globe. Keeping them all together like this. And now that the ribbon is finished, it should look something like this. You can add as many charms as you wanted. I decided that this seemed like a good amount. And I'm going to be wrapping this around the seam of the ornament again. And instead of gluing it, I found that I could just poke a hole through the lace and it would secure that way by like holding it through tension. But again, if you want to glue it, you can. Alright, and just finishing it off with another bead and small piece of ribbon tied through the top like this. Pulling the ribbon through the bead and cutting off any extra. And then I decided to use a brad to try to secure it just as a different way rather than just tying it in a knot just to see if it might look kind of cute. I think it turned out okay. Poking a hole through the ribbon and adding the brad to secure it down, and then just cutting off this little end that is a little bit messy. Just cleaning it up a bit. And that should finish our last snow globe. Alright, so that's it for today, a really quick and simple video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.